Capricorn Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Before I begin, let me ask you a question. Are you the easygoing kind or the pushy kind? You're either easygoing or they're tough. It depends on which end of the degree they're at, 0 or 28, okay? Anyways, the thing about it though is that all Capricorns, in my opinion, have a view of something and it's theirs, and they stay on that path until something happens to widen their perspective. And they're pretty solid. That's what I like about Capricorns. In general, they're quite solid, okay? They are very intentional. When they want to do things, they have ideas. They have solid ideas. They have strong homes. They like to put energy into business and work ethics and their own work ethics too. They don't always follow a trend. They have their own type of truth. They have their own type of honor. They're very honorable signs. And I think they work hard. They like money. They like security. They can be ruthless. They can be selfish. They can be. They are one of the signs that has that ability if they're in a reversal energy. Otherwise, they are solid family members, great fathers, solid mothers, often working mother though, or a working class type of a mother, or sort of at least busy, doing lots of different things, right? However, I will say Cancer and Capricorn are the two signs I would say are often seen at-home mothers, or even an at-home father, if that's the case. But yeah, often Capricorns like to stay close to the home and work from home. They're always busy, something of some nature, thinking up some fun thing. So I think Capricorns are going to have a very interesting month though. And I think the way they handle it is going to be, like I said, either they're easygoing or they're very tough and forceful. So depending on that will depend on the success of what's next. So there should be some changes that you're going to be making, and they're going to flow. They're going to be easier than you realize, and that's because they're really timely. You put them at the right time. If you get to a point in whatever project you're on and you're not sure which direction to go, it's a good time to sit it out and wait. All right. So when in doubt, wait it out. That's a message for the Capricorn in this month. Travel plans are best at the month's end. I would do my best not to make travel plans right now because it is Mercury retrograde. It won't be until late March that we come out of its shadow. So if you have to travel, make the plans after or very much close to the end of March. I would say Capricorn. That's going to be really helpful information to you later. And I know you can be very stubborn and have things, your own way. You've got the blinders on, like I said. But you're often a decent cook. You keep a good home, a very loyal friend, a very loving friend, and sometimes a bit of a helicopter partner. Sometimes. I think it's better that you take more care of yourself, though, okay? So maybe you need to take more care of yourself or get more in alignment with nature. Sometimes I think the Capricorn hurries along and you need to take more time. Take it easy. Take it slower. More time for self. Okay? Usually they're quite sexy. I've noticed that about them. I've liked enough of yous. Capricorn men are very handsome. Yes, they can be. Capricorn women are very beautiful. Look at this card you got. This is the Devil card. And this usually speaks about attachments to things that probably you should not be attached to. So it could be addictions, compulsions, obsessions, that kind of a thing. And in this case, I do see a King of Swords in reverse with the Six of Wands. This is a person you should not be friends. You should not stay friends with. You should move away from. There'll be a lot less headaches, worries, and concerns without that energy around. This is a dramatic vibration who does not have the wherewithal that you may need to change anything, okay? So this almost looks like someone who threatens a relationship, or someone who threatens a stability. I would just be mindful, whoever that person is, Capricorn. I think sometimes in your relationship, if you're in a relationship now, I think sometimes Capricorn really thinks about making changes, or maybe they're unhappy with something. I think sometimes the earth signs can get unhappy with that stability, that, constant energy. I think sometimes earth signs just want to be uprooted and put somewhere else. And this might be an energy during this Mercury retrograde that you'll be working with. And maybe some new ideas will come to you, Capricorn, onto how to make life a little more exciting, a little less boring, a little less mundane, a little less the same. We love stability, and I know, Capricorn, you cannot live without stability. So I'm not suggesting that we should up earth too much, but maybe a little bit, in order just to soften the earth around you, so that there can be some more uplifting vibrations, and maybe even a youth will help you do that or accomplish that, and you'll see the teachings or the lessons in innocence and youthfulness. So I think, Capricorn, you're going to have some interesting things happening this month around any kind of standard that you've been following that has maybe outdated itself, and maybe that's what you need to do, is make some changes. Maybe you have had habitual situations for a long time, and maybe they're not terrible, but they might be getting in the way of growth. That is what's being challenged here. Even if it's not bad for you, it might be in some weird way too much of a habit. So you have to make a change in order to birth new energies and new opportunities. Okay? We have the Queen of Cups in reverse, so we do have the energy of water in reverse. And there may be some Capricorns that have had breaches in their main love affairs, or where their children come from. Okay, a breach in the relationship of whomever you've had children with. And this may have instigated a breakup or a lack of commitment, or you stay in the relationship but you're not really feeling it. And that may need to be communicated, talked about. And maybe there needs to be new direction accepted. But the whole thing about when in doubt, sitting it out is working